until we get to, it's probably 10 slides left. I'm going to run you through to show you how to do some stuff. And then your guys' homework for this section will be just to do the remaining questions from slide 25 onward. Okay, some questions down here at the bottom. Okay, and I'll show you how to get. We'll do a whole bunch in, so you don't need that. I'm going to show you how to get there. Right, that's what this lesson's going to be for, and then this afternoon I'll show you some other stuff related to this. Okay. But first things first, we're going to try and recap what we did yesterday. Okay. So to do that, I want you guys. Well, I'm going to build it here in a sec. We're going to build this. Okay, but specifically, we're talking about the area. Okay, and so the inside of the area is the inside, and then we'll figure out what the two outside pieces are. Right? I thought yesterday was okay, but I didn't really. We were drawing it, and it wasn't the best. So I thought today I'd cut up some paper and we could figure it out. Okay, so this question, when you guys look at this, it's telling you it has 1x squared. It has 3 x's, and remember what these are. These are like the squares. These are the rods. That looks like a square. These are rods, and then you have 2 individual little squares. Okay, that's what it's telling you. So you need to, the goal of this is to create, I'm terrible at drawing those, create a perfect rectangle, okay? That's what you're trying to do with this. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do with you here, okay? So I've got a few pieces of paper. Those are sticky notes that I've cut up, okay? There's an x squared. Okay, we can all see that. Perfect. Okay, so that takes care of this. Okay, I've taken care of this. I have 1 square. Then I've got to introduce 3 rods into this scenario, okay? Okay, there's my 3 rods, so I've got those now too. Okay, and then I need 2 singles. Okay, your job is to, right? If we were at school, you guys would be able to do this yourselves on your desks, right? But I think this is a valuable, it's a valuable skill, right? Or at least a foundational skill for where we're headed. If you understand this, you're going to understand what it is we're doing after. Okay, it's going to make your life way easier. Okay, so you're just checking off. You're creating an inventory of the things that you have. Okay. Now I said your next job, after you've created a little bit of an inventory there, which is what I've done here, right? I've got all the stuff that this question's telling me to do. Your next job is to create some perfect rectangle where there's no gaps. Okay, that's your next job. So we got to rearrange this thing here in a way that there aren't any gaps. Okay, because right now there's gaps all over the place. This isn't going to work, right? This is not a perfect rectangle. If I put these down here, it's not a perfect rectangle. So what we have to do is rearrange these, jumble them. So my clue is, okay, I'm going to put this one here, and then conveniently, as soon as I do that, I've left these 2. There's 2 empty spots here, right? I can fill those 2 empty spots with these guys, the 2 little ones. Now I have this perfect rectangle. Okay. So you've now represented the area. This is an area. Okay. We've got a perfect rectangle that has no gaps in it. Okay. And so our next goal is to tell me what the length and width have to be, right? Because remember yesterday we talked about area of a rectangle is length times width, right? You guys know that. So your goal here is to tell me what the length and width are. I'm going to represent the length and width using white paper. Okay, so the white paper is going to be the length and width. Okay, so here, what I'm going to do here is, okay, well, I'm just going to slot 1 X fits along the top. Okay, and then I've also got, okay, well, I can fill those other 2 pieces with these. a 1 and a 1. Right? That fits along the top. This would be better with tiles, but paper's good. Okay? So that means that my top piece is x plus 2, and then I can do it here too. We fill down the side. That's starting to look like pink. Okay? So your answer is, here's the length and width, okay? Based on that. Across the top, from here to here, I see an x plus 2. Right? So my length could be x plus 2. Okay, and then down the other side, x plus 1. Okay, does anybody have any questions with that? I'm just going to keep doing these with the paper because I think it's going to help us all. Okay. All right, that's good. Want to do another one? This is just reiterating what we just kind of finished doing. Okay, the answer, the length and width. Does anybody notice anything about the picture or like this slide here or what I've drawn? They're the same thing, but does anybody notice any patterns that they want to say? Like we could do like a little I notice, I wonder thing. I'm just kind of trying to get you guys to like think or like predict maybe where this is headed. Does anybody have any notices, I wonders? And I suppose what I'm asking you is like, can you find a relationship between the area and the length and width outside of the fact that you're just multiplying the two together? Okay. So more specifically about like, how is the side length related to the area, for instance, right? Okay. These are like, we don't have to answer anything right now, but this is what I want you, you're looking at, is there some form of relationship from this side to this side? Or a pattern? Is there any pattern? That's what I want you to be thinking as we do a couple more of these, okay? So let's keep going then. If we don't have any notices, I wonders, you're thinking as we do more of these. Okay, so let's start from scratch here. Okay, I'll get rid of the white ones. Those are our answers. The white ones are our answers, or they look kind of pink on your screen. Okay. And then we're building, first step is like, let's build our inventory. Okay. Well, it looks like I need 1x squared, right? So 1 square. And then I need 4 x's, which are the rods. And then I need 4 singles. All right, so let's collect that. Okay, so there's an x squared. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 rods, and then I need, there's my 2 singles, and I need 2 more. Okay, so there's your inventory. Remember, your next step is to create a perfect rectangle, right? So no gaps. Okay. You guys can draw this too, right? If you want to draw it, you know, you can draw your squares and your rods, which are kind of annoying, right? But that's what it is. And then your 4 little singles. This is your inventory. Okay, and obviously, the expectation here is not that we're not going to be doing this every single time. Okay, that's not the expectation here. But I am going to do it for a foundational purpose, such that it makes sense in about, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes when we get there, 10 minutes. Okay. I'm going to show you a faster. We're not going to have to draw these things all the time, okay? Nor do I expect you to solve these things with tiles all the time either. But the tiles bridge the gap between the algebra which everybody struggles with, and the actual concrete building things. That's what matters. Okay, so there's the process that you're able to engage with in building them, right? It's that process that everybody struggles with. Okay. So if we're able to do it kind of tangibly in front of us, then the algebra and kind of the process later isn't so bad, okay, because we have an understanding. So here's what we want to do: create a perfect rectangle with no gaps. All right, well, let's start by doing, I don't know, could put 3 on here, right, and 1 down here maybe. What's the problem with this? I'm talking to my screen, but anyway, there's a problem with this. You guys don't have to answer. Kind of rhetorical questions. I can't use all of the things that the question's telling me. If I had to rewrite what was written there, that would be x. This would be a different question, or it's a different area, right? I have a perfect rectangle, right? But it's a different area. It's x squared plus 4x plus 3. That's not this, right? So we have to figure out a way to rearrange this then. So we start again, okay? Got to use all the pieces. Okay, well, what if I did, if I did this? I've never thought about this one. This isn't, oh. What about this? Is this a perfect rectangle, I suppose, is my question. I had to think here for a sec, because it's not so perfect. The problem with this one is, why do I just have these four singles just floating here? There's no rod here to say that those exist, right? That's the problem. So this one doesn't work at all, right? This isn't even a perfect rectangle. So let's try it again. What if I took 2 and I brought 2 down here? I think this looks a little bit better. Okay, there's something special about this one. Well, I just want to draw everybody's attention to the fact that this is perfect, but it's not a rectangle. It's a square. It's a square. Squares, length and width are equal, right? That's what defines what a square is, right? Well, these look pretty equal to me. This looks good, and that looks good. How do we know what the 2 pieces are? We lay down our white piece of paper or your pink piece of paper. There's an X. Okay, well, that's good. I can put an X here. All right, well, how do I fill in the other 2 pieces? Well, I gotta throw a 1 here and a 1 here. And the same thing over here. Okay, so this is what we call, well, it's square, okay? But its length and width are equal. Its length and width here are x plus 2 along the top. And we also, down the side, we have an x plus 2. Okay, so it's like the length and width are x plus 2. Okay, does anybody have any questions? Okay. There's one more step to this, and it's if we have 2 of the same thing back to back, like in this question, because it's a square, right? You got an x plus 2 and an x plus 2. You can condense that further to look like this. This little squared means that there are 2 x plus 2's multiplied together. That's what it means. the same thing as if I wrote here, what is 4 squared? That means 4 times 4, right? Which is 16. It's the exact same concept. Okay, so we're just able to take, if I see two of these, like if you had 4 times 4, you could condense that to 4 squared. Okay, same thing. That's where this came from. Okay. We all okay? So here comes a point now. I want you guys to sit. I'm gonna stop the video here. Okay. We've built a few of these. We're gonna try and start transitioning away from the tiles, but I want you guys to spend a little bit of time in coming up with what you notice between this side, and this side. Okay. So just take a couple minutes there. Okay. I'm going to stop the video.